Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Marlene Luna, the owner of the immaculate, amazing Shiver Shack Express and the all time favorite Rock House queen, and the manager of Rock House Bar and Grill. Tune in.
Welcome back to the BMC Showcast. I have a legendary guest here. It's gonna be a good night tonight. Headlining with El Sensei tonight. I got Mr. Len here live in the color. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Good. I'm surprised we're getting this off. I can see the waveform in the Audacity because it's very loud right now.
Yeah.
It's super loud right now. But I'm happy to be here. First time in El Paso.
Glad to have you. I just remember, I don't know a whole lot about your career, but I do know I'm very familiar with the company Flow, Rawkus Records. How did you come up? What inspired you to get into hip hop, and how did you get with Rawkus? And can you give us a little bit of background?
Okay, wow, those are very deep questions. What got me into hip hop is I grew up in it. I'm born in the Bronx, and like it was pretty much the lifestyle, it's the culture. You're born into it, you know. Um, I can't think of any one thing in particular that made me want to do it, other than that I just love music, you know. So like it was an innate thing. Like I had to do it, you know. So what got me with Rawkus? Um, I guess availability. They were looking to distribute official recordings, which is the label that Ellen just had. I didn't invest in official because I had just met those guys. So like, you know, it was kind of weird to jump into a label situation, and like I wasn't really sure. I knew I was down to be in a group, but like to start a label, I wasn't sure yet. I wasn't in that place. So Rawkus, that was a label thing. I dealt with them mainly with promotion and like publicity because like I knew people that worked in the office. So like that was my connection with Rawkus. Outside of that, like it was they just distribute, like we weren't signed to the label. They just distributed our record label.
Okay, I guess I'm a little ignorant. I didn't realize that. I just remember you being the Rawkus profile online back in the day. So did you never? So you were never signed at any point, just strictly distribution?
Yeah. So yeah, they distributed official recordings, and of course, like because we were a part of like the whole movement, like we kind of get ushered into a lot of things that they did. So like even the term sound bombing comes from a Cold Flow record. So you know, there's like we're always a part of it. Like the people that were involved in the label and people that were assigned to the label were either friends or like, you know, people that we collaborated with. So it was kind of a no brainer, like to work with them. But like I said, we weren't signed to the label. So like there's certain things that we didn't get that other artists got, you know?
So was that the disadvantage, or was like like hit and miss 50-50, or was it beneficial, or was it not as good or better than being signed?
Well, when you are your own label and you are your own boss, you sign your own checks, you own your own publishing, you own your own masters. There's like we're responsible for all the things that happen with Funk Crusher. So if you heard it in a movie, if you saw it uh in a commercial, like there was things that we did that directly came from us. So there was like an Adidas ad that used end-to-end burners. Uh when we did say Little Johnny from the Hospital, there was movies that used songs from Little Johnny. But like we're responsible for that because we were official recordings.
So I guess the publishing splits, whatnot, were better in your favor.
Publishing splits is just between the guys in the band.
Nice. So you probably made out better than most people in your position.
You know, I'm not going to speak on anybody else's pockets. I did good though. I don't have a job.
You no complaints on your end.
This is what I do for a living, and I'm happy. And I'm happy.
So, and you've been doing this for how many years now, approximately?
I got involved in the music industry when I was 15. But with Cold Flow, maybe since I was about 22. So yeah, I'm 51 now. Yeah. So
Congratulations, man. Not too many people can say that, man. That's a hell of a flex.
yeah, we went through a lot. You know, I paid my dues,
And then some.
and still paying, still paying.
So, obviously, the landscape of music has changed a lot over years. I mean, compared to when Company Flow and Rawkus, I mean, back in the day, you had CDs and promotion and all that stuff. But nowadays, with streaming and everything, like, how have you guys adjusted, and what advice would you give to artists nowadays compared to what you would have told them back in, say, 1998?
Well, the biggest difference is that we had music that was tangible. You know, like we had records. A lot of people that are making music right now don't get to press their product, so it's kind of easily forgot. Um, you want to make your music that's like, you know, we were indelibles. You know what I'm saying? So like, you want to make your music indelible. You want to make your music stand the test of time. But it's hard. I know it's hard to do that through streaming, like, because no one owns it, so no one gets to look back in their crate and say, "Oh yeah, this was the record that came out in 2025." If it's not pressed, if it's only on streaming, like, you know, it's very easy, like, to scan, or, you know, to what do you call it, swipe by it. So, you know,
Yeah, when I was growing up, like, I think back on a record, I always think back to what year in school I was. Like, oh yeah, that came out my senior high school. That came out in 8th grade, and you don't get that nowadays.
right. And like, it's way more difficult to do that now. Like I said, mainly because like there's nothing pressed for you to look at the year at the back of the record and say, that's right. This is 2024. This is, you know, 1998. Now it's just like your record came out in 2026. Maybe we'll hear it, maybe we won't. Maybe Spotify will put it in the algorithm, maybe they won't. Who knows? But at a record store, we're gonna see it because it's gonna be up on the shelf.
So in 2026, what do you do to counteract that, or to counterbalance the fact that it's not things aren't tangible anymore?
What do I do personally?
Yes.
I still press records. So I have a project now called Life in Dakota, and I'm working with Thick Crates out in Denver. I still do, like, the music I do is still pressed. It's still up on streaming, but I'm not really focused on that. I don't my streaming numbers aren't like anything that that I care about. YouTube maybe, you know, because like I come from an older generation, and not many people that are into what I do care about Spotify. Like, they will go on YouTube, they will listen to Sirius XM. So like, I pay attention to who pays attention to me.
Very wise, sir.
You know, I'd like to think I'm a smart person.
Well, doing something right. Obviously, you lasted this long.
Yeah, right. I'm an indelible.
So, do you have any current projects you're working on coming out, or in the next year or two? Or
Yeah, like I said, I'm working on this thing called Life in Dakota right now. There's a 10-inch limited pressing called Raul's Tunes. Then there's a record I'm working on right now called the S1 Sessions. That'll be out 2027. Yeah. Everything's available on Bandcamp. lifeindakota.bandcamp.com.
yeah, let's say, yeah, definitely push Bandcamp. If you want to support your artists, buy Bandcamp. Don't stream. Also, of your catalog, if you know which of your projects are currently available in physical format on a CD, like, I'm sure you don't own the rights to everything, but
Well, so there's a lot of stuff that's available. You just gotta find it.
I mean, like, firsthand, where you're not paying like collector's prices.
Uh, Firsthand, I don't know who has firsthand stores anymore, but like the Life in Dakota stuff, like I said, because it's recently pressed, you can get that. That's the newest thing. But if you're looking for cold flow stuff, good luck. Those are very hard to find.
Yeah, they're going around 70 on Amazon. I looked.
You say again?
About the CDs are going for about $70 on Amazon.
Oh, they have it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, it's someone's collection.
Yeah, yes, that's great. I didn't know Amazon still carried CDs. Yeah, like I said, if you can find it, good luck. It's expensive. It's expensive.
Now, real quick before you take out, drop your socials. Where can they find you? Your Bandcamp, your Spotify, Insta, all that.
lifeindakota.bandcamp.com. You're looking for me on IG. It's Look at Len. Very easy to find. Holla at me.
Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.